Energy work for ultimate living, loving, and business. I have saved the best video for last. This is why I got started in this work, exactly what I'm going to talk about in today's live. And as you know, I have been doing a series of live videos over the past days in celebration of my the next round of my group mentorship program, where I go deep into energy work, and it is the foundation of everything I do in my life and thus everything I do in my work. And I love energy work so much. I feel that it is the miracle work. It is so profound. And if you go back over the videos I've done over the past few days, I explain what I mean by that, because there's many different types of energy work. So if that interests you, definitely go back and watch all the live videos that I shared for free on my page. And as many of you know, I was a medical doctor and I left that system. I left it for many reasons. I left it because it was too simple. You know, humans are complex. And as I talked about in day one, we're multidimensional, and Western medicine is very two-dimensional. Another reason why I moved away from Western medicine and into energy work and the work I do now for ultimate living, living your ultimate potential, living your ultimate life, is because as humans, we're meant to feel incredible, and a life is meant to go beyond just being healthy. It's not just about being healthy. That's not why we came to live this life. We came to experience and create the most incredible life that we can think of. Life is meant to be even better than you can imagine. You are meant to be surprised every day at the miracles and the opportunities that happen on your behalf. And what decides what happens in your life is your energy field. And I started to talk about this a bit yesterday. I started to talk more about what creates our life and how our energy is responsible for that. So your aura, your energy field is emitting a certain frequency. It's like this signal. It's sending this signal out to the universe. It's sending this signal to the people around you. So it really doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you do. What matters more is the energy that you're in as you go about your day, as you show up to appointments and meetings, and you go to events and parties, and you are out in the world, and you want to be the type of person, I know you do because you're following my page, where your energy speaks volumes and makes you so magnetic to everything that you know you're destined for. So the truth is, we are here to have an infinite experience. We all have limiting beliefs at different levels. And you can know what your limiting beliefs are based on the reality that you're living now. So if your life is anything less than what you actually desire to live, there's work to do. And it's not coming from lack. It's not coming from the fact that there's a problem. You could easily just stay as you are. You could just keep living the life you're living. But if you know you're meant for more, and you know that your potential is greater than what you're actually living, you can do something about that. And that's where my work comes in. That's why I created the group mentorship. That's why I have my masterminds and my one-to-one work, right? And the foundation of the work is the energy work. It includes healing, of course, but even beyond healing, you have the power to change your energy. You have the power to send out a different signal to the universe. Sometimes it requires cleaning, like we talked about with energy hygiene. Sometimes it requires healing. Sometimes there's things in the past that are weighing us down and don't even know it. Sometimes it is about reprogramming our mind, but it's also about reprogramming and like a software upgrade of our energy field. And that's a lot of the energy strategy work that I teach, because most people are unconscious. They're not actually consciously creating their energy field. You can consciously create it. You can create an energy matrix around you that causes people to have a different experience, an experience that you want them to have of you. And so a lot of people are living their life in a victim energy. And I started to talk about this yesterday that, there's people who complain about their life circumstance. They complain like, oh, things aren't going the way they want it to go. And the truth is, take responsibility. Even for those of us who are successful and are really living the life of our dreams, there's still more that we want. And we don't blame anyone, right? We don't blame anyone for the circumstance we're living. We just decide, you know what? I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to shift. I'm going to change. I'm going to evolve. I'm going to grow. I'm going to upgrade my energy fields. And that's what's so powerful about life. And when you're an empowered person who takes responsibility, you can change your life in an instant. In an instant, everything can be different. The truth is, you don't get what you want. You get who you are. You get your expectations, your belief systems. People don't believe what you want them to believe about themselves. They believe what you believe about yourself. Even if you're telling them one thing, what is actually being sent out energetically is what people feel. That saying, people never remember what you say, but they remember how you made them feel. So what if you had the kind of energy where people are like, wow, I love being around you. Your energy is so incredible. And what if it was done in a way where then you didn't feel like people were sucking energy from you, or that you feel tired after you hang out with people? Because a lot of the people who work with me are empaths, are healers, are people with such big hearts, with so much beauty to share with this world, and are creating beautiful things in the world. But sometimes they feel tired and depleted because they don't know how to take care of their energy field. They don't know about energy hygiene. They don't know how to separate their energy from someone else. A lot of times, especially if you have a beautiful energy, especially if you're a beautiful person, people can be corded into you and are parasitic towards you and could even be siphoning energy from you. So that's one of the most empowering things you can learn, is how to not let that happen. How to go about being in the world and not let other people affect you. Not let, I even had a funny instant this week where there was trolls on my videos saying things about oh, what you're saying is not true and blah, blah, blah. And what's funny to me is those are the people who need this work the most, because it's triggering them, right? Because they don't believe they could live a better existence. Sometimes people are in denial that they're creating what they don't like about their lives, but we create everything about our lives, even disease. Sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow, and people are like, what? I create disease in my life? And it's yeah. All the things that you don't like about your life, you've created. Just like all the things that you love about your life, you've created too. And you can change it in an instant. And it starts with the energy field. For lasting results, you need to be the vibration of something. And a good example of that is when people win the lottery and then, a year or two later they're broke, that's because their energy field was not aligned with wealth. So that money just goes, right? So you can maybe get that big break or that opportunity, but you want to become the embodiment. You want to be the person who lives that reality. You want to be the one that has the results that you desire. It's not it's just going to magically happen. You actually have to actively decide and do things about yourself and your life. That's where the personal and professional development comes in. And so I'm so passionate about inspiring and empowering people to live their ultimate potential and ultimate life. That's why I left Western medicine. I wasn't about writing prescriptions to make people dependent on a pill, to make them go to sleep, to make them feel happy, to make them lose weight, to do this. No, it's actually we don't even need the pills. We literally can transform from the inside out, feel better, less pains in the body, feel more energized, have the intuition and the insight to know what to do next. Through this work, my clients activate such powerful psychic, intuitive abilities that it's clear what to do next. You don't waste time in the wobble. So many people are wasting energy, not knowing what to do next, feeling insecure, self-doubting. That gets to all be a thing of the past. When you become in alignment with your divine blueprint, your soul's plan for you, and that becomes really clear, and you align that with your beliefs, with your emotions, with your words, with your actions, you become an unstoppable force. And that's when one action actually makes a huge difference instead of having to hustle and do so much because you're not sure what to even do and you're just kind of, but the truth is the person who works the hardest doesn't necessarily succeed, or else you would see all these people who work 80 hours a week or tons of hours be super wealthy and successful and have everything they want. It's not about how hard you work. It's about your energy alignment, how smart you're working, the refined, aligned action you're taking, right? And I feel like I see everyone's potential. That's one of my gifts, right? Like I look at people, I see what they're capable of, but 99% of people are not living that potential. And 99% of people are not taking the action, the aligned action to make that happen. So what would that look like? Finding a mentor, working with someone who can teach you something that you don't yet know. Because the truth is you don't yet know what's needed or what you need to embody in order to have the thing that you want, or else you would already have it. So doing this type of work is so powerful. I don't even have to sell you on the work because I feel like everyone who's following my page, people are into personal development. It's about finding the next mentor, the next healer, the next coach, the one who's going to be the expander for you. And I'm all those things. I'm healer, I'm coach, I'm intuitive, psychic, activator. So much of my work spans all the realms because I'm interested in the multidimensionality of humans. With Western medicine, it was very compartmentalized. It was like, okay, you have a shoulder problem. Let's go to the orthopedic surgeon. No, like I work holistic approach, holistic, like WHOLE, holistic approach. So of course the childhood healing, the timeline healing matters. Of course we reprogram the belief systems. Of course we clear the energy blocks in the field. Of course we clear hexes, curses, spells, karmas, because all these things are going to affect our results. So when you get clear on what you want, when you get clear on what you're here to create, which part of that is the work that we do, sometimes people can't even get clear because there's so much gunk, distortion, noise in their energy field. They don't even know what their truth is. Are you clear on what your truth is? Do you feel like your energy is clear, clean, that you have crystal clear clarity? How do you feel about yourself? How do you wake up and feel? Because a lot of times people have trapped emotions in the body that's running the show. It's not even how you really feel. It's just like leftover stuff. Sometimes it's not even yours. So it's really fascinating how the energy field works, right? We can pick up energies from other people. And if we don't know how to clear that, it comes into our lives and it weighs us down and it affects how we show up in the world. So I make a joke. It's like, I want to get you clean, clear, and under control in crystal clear clarity, taking the aligned actions for creation, right? It's such a simple formula to me. To me, it's like really obvious. And so that's why I created my group mentorship program. It's all of my body of work. It's, I went to medical school, did that whole thing. And then after I left medical school, I've been doing this work for 13 years. So if you add on medical school, that's like 8+ years. I'm starting to age myself. I don't usually share my earth years, but you could do the math then, right? And so if you've been feeling like I'm ready for the next thing, I'm ready for the teacher, right? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. If you're ready for that, your next level, if you're ready to open up new capacities within yourself, I invite you into the group mentorship. We start tomorrow. And you can join all this week. So if you're watching this at a later time, of course you can come in. I haven't fully decided yet when I'm going to close the doors, but definitely get in sooner than later. The sooner you start this work, the sooner you see the change and transformation. And the moment clients say yes, they already start to see shifts happen in their life. And I feel like the reason that happens is because I work on the energetic level, my containers are like a vortex. They're like a catalytic energy field that transform you from the inside out. So the moment you say yes, you already start to see results. You already start to see shifts. And this work is really for some people who are going to do the work, right? It's energy work for a reason. It's something you put to use. It's like going to the gym. You learn a new skill set, you learn a new way of being, you even learn a whole new vocabulary. You learn a whole new part of your being, which is your energy field, the anatomy of it, what it's made up of, all the different types of energies that run through it. So this is both a curriculum as well as guided mentorship, because we do have a group chat space. We do have a monthly Q&A where you come in and ask your personal questions and following your life, right? And it's so beautiful to see the results. I've also on my page, as I've mentioned, I've posted testimonials of people who have gone through the mentorship. 2 people from the last group are repeating it again this year. That's how much they loved it. You can start a business from this if you don't even already have one. And if you do have a business, everything you're going to learn is complementary. And if you're in corporate or in a career, in a job that pays you, again, all of this that you learn is going to up-level your energy. So expect a raise, expect a promotion, or maybe expect a lot of my clients leave corporate to start their own thing because they want to be their own boss, they want freedom, etc. So however you want to program the mentorship to work for you, you can do that as well. And so with that, I send you so much love. I thank you for tuning in. And if you're still watching at this point, I really invite you into the group mentorship. Really feel into your intuition if this is that thing that can catalyze, activate you into the next level, because I trust that it can. And so big kiss to you. Reach out to me. I would love to have you inside the group mentorship. Let's chat. Let's see how we can make that possible for you. I would love to support your yes. And I'll see you inside the group mentorship. Big kiss. Bye for now.